to introduce Karen Peck Katz with Gift of Time LLC. This company provides their clients with fully customized moves, relocation, right sizing, and organizational services. They provide confidential advocacy services focusing on the emotional well-being as well as time and financial resource. I believe you've been in business for about 20 years.
25 years.
25 years. Oh my goodness. So do I get to say I knew you when you were a brunette?
Could be.
Before we get into the questions and the answers and anything else, tell us a little bit more about Gift of Time.
Well, A Gift of Time started as a mother's helper type business where we were picking kids up at school and doing grocery shopping. And I said, I'm not doing that. I didn't like doing it with my kids, and I'm not doing it with anybody else's. So we decided to start helping people move. And I had contacted one of the senior living facilities that was just opening. And that's kind of where we got our jump start into helping seniors. And then as that progressed into moving into senior living facilities, I also am now, I help hoarders, and I also help younger people that are just need help in moving and are working and don't know how to go about doing it. So we're kind of a full service. We do as little or as much as anybody needs, and we do it with a smile.
Are you just in the Milwaukee area, or do you go, I mean, you're still Southeast Wisconsin, or have you ventured out a little bit further?
No, it's Southeast Wisconsin. We go to Sheboygan. We've gone to Kenosha and Racine, out to Lake Country. But when we also work with a lot of other senior move managers, and I can supply you guys with the website, because we help people move out of state. And also other senior move managers help people move to Milwaukee. And what we do is we work together, and say we're moving mom from Milwaukee to children in Denver. We can contact a senior move manager in Denver, send them all the information, get mom and dad packed up here in Milwaukee, send pictures of the old apartment and everything, along with the goods and measurements and everything. And then the senior move manager in Denver can help set up shop and do exactly what we do. It is not the same company. We are all individual companies, but we all work together.
Super.
That's awesome. Sounds like your guys are covering a really large area here in Milwaukee, and then also helping connect the dots state or nationwide too. That's well, awesome. I'll ask you the first question here, Karen. Can you tell us what the difference between decluttering and downsizing is?
Well, first of all, decluttering is getting rid of the trash. Just help clean. When you're cleaning your house, there's a lot of things that are overlooked that are actually just trash, that really have no sentimental value to you whatsoever. That would be those piles of mail that everybody wants to keep, and they think that is so important. You know, start going through it, file it, and get rid of it. I'm also a professional organizer, so that kind of comes into the decluttering part. The downsizing is you're looking at your goods. If you really want to move, what do you want to take with you? What will make your life better? What will be important after you've moved? So there is definitely a difference between the decluttering and divesting things that you just don't need, and then downsizing.
All right. Thank you.
Great. So I'll do the next question. Taking from that same thing, but so going from downsizing, what's the difference between downsizing and then right sizing?
Well, I have a really good example to give you to start out with. I was working with a lady that was a hoarder, and she wanted to move out of her house. And she just kept saying, I want to keep that. That's important to me. That has memories to me. And I knew that her house that she was downsizing to was only 1,700 square feet. She was coming out of a 4,000 square foot home. Now, you have to make sure that you take the goods that will actually fit and right size into your home. You cannot take a buffet that is longer than the wall in your new house. That would be right sizing. You cannot take a king size bed into a room that will only hold a double. You have to be very cognizant of the sizes that you need and what you're taking with you.
So no room stretchers are in there for you.
No, and we are not in the business of construction, so we cannot break down walls to make sure things fit. And if a closet is only a 10 by 10, 10 feet by 10 feet closet in some place, you can't, okay, the thing that I always say that really annoys people, you cannot put 10 pounds of stuff in a 1 pound sack. Impossible.
But we can try.
You can try all you want.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So I was wondering, are there any tips to make downsizing easier, especially for people who are, they have more sentimental attachment to their stuff?
Most definitely. A lot of the sentimental attachment has to do with family or with friends. And very often I suggest to people that if Susie gave you that doily that's sitting on the table and you really aren't taking that table and you don't know what to do with the doily, gift it back to Susie and ask her if she would like it back. It was so special to you. Would she like it back? Try to give things away to people that mean something to you so that the sentimental things that you have are not trashed. They're given to somebody else to have good memories.
A great tip.
Nice.
Mhm.
Never thought about that before.
I'm going to keep that in mind.
I give lots of stuff away.
But yeah, that's the business that you're in. You've probably the best from all of us. What are the pros and cons of voluntarily downsizing? In other words, people that they're ready to leave their family home, but it could be a rental, it could be senior living, it could be a condo. But should they? I mean, are there pros and cons to this?
Well, there's a lot of pros and not a lot of cons. The pros for voluntarily downsizing means that you have control. When a person is moving, they have pretty much lost a lot of control. And to most people, control is important. And if you start doing it yourself, it means that things are going where you want them to go. It means that the things that are getting divested are things that you really are willing to divest. And the things that you want to keep, you get to keep. Somebody's not telling you to get rid of them. The best example of this is when somebody elderly wants to move and they have a special chair. And they have sat in that chair in front of the television for years and years and years, and it's a little tattered. That's okay because it's theirs. Don't let anybody, and that is voluntarily important to them that they keep that chair. Don't allow the children or the decorator or whoever, if you're moving into a senior living facility, take what is special to you. You don't need a new chair. If that's the chair you want because the rest of your life is getting upended, take that chair. Nobody's in control of this but you. If it starts getting closer to moving time and you haven't really taken control and tried to deal with this and tried to get someone to help you, like a gift of time, to go through things and figure out where it can go, because I have a lot of places to take things that will want what you have. And if it comes to the end and you don't ask for help and you do lose control because you've got to be out in 2 or 3 weeks, you have no choice. You have to let people make the decisions for you. And you don't want that.
On a same note, what are the different piles that you put things in? I mean,
Okay,
obviously
so
things you take.
I totally understand what you're asking, Lori. So what happens is there are things that are very important to you that you need to keep. That goes on your pile. The next pile is, and I'm not talking pile literally, because many of these things you cannot pile. What we do is we like taking sticky notes, Post-its, and put them on so that everybody can see your thoughts. Nothing should be secret. And the more people that see what you want to do, the easier it is to get it done. So the next so-called pile would be what goes to family, what goes to children, what goes to cousins, etc. There's a lot of family memorabilia that you may not be able to take with you, like photos and a special pot or a special pan. Give that to let the kids take that, or let the cousins take that from either your parents or your grandparents. And then the next so-called pile would be to friends. The next thing would be to resale. Now, when you're talking about resale, there's 2 different ways to go. I apologize. There's 3 different ways to go. The first way is resale shops. I am not, and a gift of time are not fans of resale shops because of the fact that when you give things to a resale shop, it sits there for a long time possibly. And you won't see that money, if anything, for
Karen, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
I wonder if that phone call somehow muted her.
Karen, can you hear us?
and
Okay.
did I lose you?
There
Yeah,
for,
we lost it. I think your phone was on.
Nope, it was off.
Now you're back with us.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I
sorry.
was hearing you right after your phone started to ring. So we must
Okay,
have.
so that was, so we did the kids, family. Did you hear the resale shops?
No, that's where we lost you, starting at
Okay.
the resale shops.
So the resale, I apologize. The resale shops, a gift of time is not a fan of resale shops because of the fact that the stuff can sit there for a very long time and really you not see the money from it. And then the other thing is the longer it sits there, it doesn't get to be sold, it just gets donated. Whereas the next place is an auction house, which we like. We have an auction house that will actually come and pick up for free. And it won't cost you to get rid of, to get the stuff over to the auction site. Whereas a resale shop, you do have to pay a mover to get it to the resale shop if it's something bigger than you can put into your car. So you are also paying to get the stuff to the resale shop. After the auction, and with an auction house, it goes up for auction within the month and you get a check immediately. The last way that we use is estate sales. Now, with an estate sale company that will come into the house, they're wonderful because they will leave it broom clean. They will sell the goods that are in the house, and the things that have not been sold, they will also then donate those. You have a choice to come in before the house sale starts, before the estate sale starts. If there's something that you overlooked in a closet or in a drawer, you can look and see, and they'll allow you to take that one or two things away that you haven't lost something special. And then the house is broom clean so that when the realtors come in, they're happy. They can either stage the house or sell it as is. One of the important things with an estate sale company, you have to realize that they will come in and take a look, but you need at least $6,000 or $7,000 worth of sales for them to be profitable at all, because they come in and will do everything in your house that's needed. You won't have to hire anybody. You won't even have to hire a gift of time, but you need to have things in there that will sell.
So as far as these estate sales go, I've been to a few. I've seen how they operate. Sometimes it's a good option to go. Any idea as to what it might run someone? I know you said they at least have to have $6,000 or $7,000 worth of sales. What do they actually charge clients?
Well, it depends on the estate sale company, but it's usually around 40%.
I see.
Are there a lot of estate sale companies in Milwaukee anymore? I mean, is this a business that's still out? Is it still a viable business?
There's two that we like, and two that we really try to drive people to. Now, there's one other option that I didn't mention, and this option can be used with any of the either estate sale or the auction house or the resale, the shops, is that to have an appraiser come in. And we have art appraisers and furniture appraisers that can come in. And if you have something very special in your house that you decided that you don't want, we can get it sent to the part of the country that it will sell the best. For example, I had one man that had a lot of Western art, and Western art in Milwaukee is not a real big seller. But what we did was some of the real valuable pieces we actually shipped to Texas, to an auction house in Texas, where it's sold for a really nice price.
Oh, wow.
Pretty awesome.
All right, I've got another question here. When to start the conversation between adult children and their aging parents? When to start the conversation of downsizing?
Yesterday. Yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna hang up and go visit my folks real quick because they aren't getting any younger. So I'm out.
Okay, and you know, I'm being a little flippant on that, but I think it might hit home a little bit. You know, end of life. Everybody has end of life. I mean, it's a fact, and so it's important to realize that it's okay to have an empty cupboard in the house. You know, you're not moving out of your house right now, but nothing says you can't go in that junk drawer that's in the kitchen and clean it out and really keep what you know now that you're going to use and get rid of the rest. And get rid of means, you know, either throw out or sell or give to somebody, or all the ways that I described, but start cleaning things out. There's no reason to have sheets for twin beds if you don't have any twin beds in the house anymore.
Yep, that's a good point.
I guess my question is, why do you think it's so hard to downsize? I mean, is it something that's in that it's inbred in us as Americans? Is it inbred in us now because it's the 21st century? I mean, why do we have such?
The downs, I don't know if it's so hard for people to downsize as it is to give things up that are theirs. People are collectors. People historically are collectors. And it's a matter of, are you collecting something that's really of value? Are you collecting something that makes you feel good? Or are you collecting something just because you want to collect it? And just because you want to collect it isn't that great a reason. Like, I'm using something that's very small, but stamps and coins. People save coins. They think they are of such great value. And when you actually take it to a numismatist, the guy that actually buys old coins, it's amazing what they're not worth. People nowadays think that they have items that are just of monumental value. And the sad reality of it is there is so much, everybody has so much that it really isn't worth what it used to. Things like Lalique and Baccarat and all that fine crystal that when you went to people from Milwaukee, remember Watts? You went to Watts and oh my God, you bought grandma a vase. And that vase was $800. That same vase today is worth maybe $80.
So my gold box from Watts is worth more than the vase?
Yes, because you cannot get a gold box anymore. You can find the vase.
Got it. Got it.
Is IKEA modern world Watts? Is it IKEA?
Pardon?
Is IKEA modern world Watts?
Oh, you can't even come close to be anything to Watts. Wow. The things that Watts sold didn't break. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at it. Watts is no longer. I mean, I guess that's sort of telling a little bit.
It's very telling because people's lives have changed, and all that fine china that everybody had, and all the sterling silver and the now when we go into houses and everybody the older homes have silver plated bowls and silver plated flatware. Nobody buys that. It goes to the scrapyard. What's under the silver plate is either brass or copper, and it gets sold for the brass and copper price, not for a silver price. It's just the reality.
Karen, I know one pile. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know one pile that you're slowly gonna see go is the photos pile. Probably over time, people throw things in iClouds and these like virtual storages. So hopefully,
and that that is sad too. That is very sad too, because all of the, I am of the generation that I still have my silver and my good dishes, and I do use them because I've learned it's okay to use them. If they break, it's okay, because it's, not a lot of value there anymore. But the photos are gone. People don't go. I love opening a photo album and looking at those old photos. Now, if I want to do that, I go over to my kid's house. I'm going to say, will you turn on your computer and go to this and let me see your photos? Nobody does that anymore. So it's kind of in my world. And I'm sure in Sandy's and Edward's, once they're gone, on the computer, they're like gone.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Lots of good information. Thank you.
Anything that we still need to, anything else that you want to share with us, Karen, on gift of time or?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about the thought process that you need to go through if you're going to be moving. And that thought process is really looking inside yourself and seeing, how can I make my life better? We really didn't talk about doing that soul searching and figuring out what will make my life better, what will help my children, what will help my family. If I can do this the right way, everybody will be a whole lot happier and get along.
True. True.
About a gift of time, we are, as you heard at the beginning, a full service company. We can do as much or as little as anybody needs. And we do have clients that call us a year or two before they think they're going to move, just to start going through things. And we're kind of a safe, neutral party for anybody because we have no skin in the game. We have no memories of the stuff. We know where it should go and how to divest without giving a whole lot of people a whole lot of heartache.
Well, the fact that you've made it 25 years sort of tells us a little bit about your company and the ethics and the advocacy behind it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Anything more that we need to cover? Anything else that we got? Any other questions, people?
Does anybody have any questions?
I think I got some decluttering to do at my folks' house. That's for sure.
Yeah, but be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have started yesterday, according to Karen. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. I think the entire
But you gotta have heart with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for spending a half an hour with us. We appreciate your time. This will go, this recording will become available on a variety of different resources, including YouTube and Facebook and everything else. For those that were not able to join us today, they will have the ability to listen to this and take advantage of everything that your company has to offer.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.